All my teachers were white in high school.
Catholic school for 13 years. And I had my first Chicano teacher in, I was almost 19. It was my third quarter at Western.
I'd say most times when I was growing up, I would just have white teachers, and you know, once I got into high school, I started to see like more diversity within our teachers.
Having purely white teachers actually deterred me a lot more from wanting to become a teacher.
It was a comparative cultural studies class my freshman year at Western, and when I took that class, I feel like I spent that entire quarter like unlearning everything that I had been taught in school.
Grad program, I remember counting, it was either out of 52, 5 or 8 of us were students of color.
Part of becoming a teacher is like you have to want to be in a school setting, you have to want to be with young people, and I think that like if your experience in school wasn't positive, like why would you want to go back to that, you know?
See people of color in front of the classroom. We don't see females of color, we don't see men of color. So the majority of these young students of color who are going up through our public education system don't see themselves reflected in the class. So automatically it is, nope, where do they see themselves? Sports, music, I mean even on the streets, slinging, making money, hustling, doing that kind of stuff, and that is ultimately where they see their ability to make it out of poverty, make it out of abuse, make it out of all of these issues, when in reality that's not something that's going to happen. So we need to get more people of color in front of the classroom.
It's important to me that the students in my classroom see themselves reflected in curriculum, and that we're not telling this like, you know, false story that one group has, you know, made America so great, because that's not a reality and those are not true histories. And so like I want my students to feel empowered when they leave my classroom, to ask questions and to be proud of who they are and where they've come from and what contributions lots of different groups of people have made. And so sometimes if you're working with people that don't have an appreciation of all that history, like that can be a challenging conversation.
What are we trying to create here? Are we trying to create really thoughtful, critically thinking, helpful, resourceful students who are going to go out of their way to help others, to take care of the larger community, to make sure that they are aware and present in all of this? Or are we trying to create docile, law-abiding, never questioning students, adult citizens? And I think with having a set group of teachers without with no varying experiences, expectations, cultures, all of that, then you just have such a narrow view.
Same thing I keep saying over and over, like every kid has the right to like see themselves reflected. Like they shouldn't just see themselves as the janitor or a groundskeeper or a security guard or, you know, whatever is not like the certificated position at the school.
Say having a teacher of color, they've inspired me to, you know, stand with what I believe in and not really be afraid to speak your voice, and have people also understand like the struggle you're going through.
Students to feel empowered leaving the classroom. I want them to see that there's like, I want them to understand how to be critical. I want them to know how to be critical thinkers. I want them to understand that there's so many different perspectives. I want them to seek knowledge. I want to push them like deeper into the abyss of like asking questions and, you know, seeking deep understanding. And I also want them to like be willing to question society